1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Turn up the arm. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Two. Yeah, good. Everything should be good. Hey, how you doing?
Teach right here. In the middle. Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Hey, I said.
One, two, mic test. We're here live. We're here live.
All right, 1, 2, 1, 2. ZAZ, ZAZ. 1, 2.
Hey, what you say? Where's?
You have your paperwork?
Yeah, I don't really need, I mean.
Bring it.
You do the, Oh, so where you want to go?
This way? So, this way.
Black man, I mean. Which way gonna be lighter? I mean, you just can't. Yeah, run away from it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Test. 1, 2. Alright. Give me a thumbs up if it's working. One, two, test it. ZAZ.
5. It's the Grand Parade for Sugar Mass 48 right here in Bastille. Alongside me is Mr. Ajal.
Marshal Williams. Yes, Monarch, I appreciate you coming out again. I appreciate you actually being able to contribute to ZIZ.
Oh, yes, go ahead. Yes, yes.
What's going on? Anyway. Oh, yes, so we're actually here on ZIZ Television Live, and we are getting ready for Parade Day. This is Sugar Mass 48, so I firstly want to wish everyone a Happy New Year. Hopefully 2020 bring you the greatest joy, the greatest happiness, the greatest health. And as we said before, we're going to kick off Parade Day with some folklore. So,
well, welcome again to everyone that's tuned into ZIZ. And we do have the folklore that's coming our way. It's the start of the Grand Parade, Sugar Mass 48, and we are in Bastille St. Kitts live on ZIZ Channel 5. We're going to give you some of the action that's right behind us, and we're going to come back with all the commentary, give you all the information about the parade today.
oh, no, because you were laughing, so I was like, what?
All right, so we have, look like the St. Peter's Actors group. They've been around for quite a while, but it looks like the young kids have taken over right now, which is very impressive.
Okay. Oh, just share that mic. So they didn't hear me? Okay.
Yes. All right, so as I was saying, the St. Peter's Actors went by, and the young folks look like they're the ones who have taken over right now. So it looks like we're going to have some continuity in the cultural aspect of our carnival. And of course, they're going to be performing here as well, because we're right at the judging point on Greenlands.
All right, with the St. Peter's Actors, as we were saying before, they do somersault, acrobats. So what they're going to do is they're going to actually line up a fork, and they're going to actually have the kids actually jump over. So it's a pretty cool event to watch. So Monarch, have you ever done anything like this before in your younger days?
What you mean? I'm not young anymore?
I said your younger days. Listen to the word carefully.
Okay. No. Never. I mean, I did a lot of acrobatic stuff.
Right.
I played cricket, I played soccer, I played mass. But no, I wasn't jumping over a fork with those edges.
But no St. Peter's Actor.
Nope, definitely not. Well, the guys look pretty skilled at what they're doing here. As you said, they have two guys kneeling down on the front of the fork, and they're actually acting over the fork. So pretty daring stuff. And now right behind them looks like we have a bull troupe. We're going to have to figure out which one this is. It says the Mansion Bull of St. Kitts. Not sure if that's the one behind or the one in front. But we had several bull troupes at the bull and masquerade competition the other night in the circus. So we're hoping to see quite a few of them today in the parade. And traditionally, they normally lead the parade. And so we're waiting for some excitement here from the bull, as we know in St. Kitts, because the bull like to tease and tame some of the women that we have on the sidelines.
All right, as Monarch said, we have the bull approaching, so they're doing a little of their traditional dance, and then we have the mansion bull. Isn't the mansion bull the longest running bull in Carnival?
Well, I don't know if the same guy is playing.
Right.
But
I mean,
the mansion bull has been around for quite a
once
while.
yeah. Because I mean, the name is synonymous every single year with Carnival. So what we're gonna do is, as they're making their way down, we're just gonna give you a rundown of the name of the adult troops that's gonna be participating in Sugar Mass 48. So we have the first one, Fun Vibes. This is not in order of what they're coming, we're just calling them randomly. So Fun Vibes, Ultra Carnival, Lux Carnival, Bankers Max, Funteen, Small Axe, and Shiggity Shack, and Majesty Carnival. So we have a total of 7 different troops that we are gonna actually be able to see presenting themselves and performing on stage, performing in the street of Bastia. So it's gonna be quite exciting, quite exhilarating. I'm looking forward to the folklore, the costume design, the performance, and all that is gonna take place with the troops performing.
Well, one of our favorite camera person.
She just passed us.
She just passed us here,
Yeah.
and I mean, you know, she did an internship with us at ZIZ previously, and it's so encouraging to see her still, I mean, you know, participating and being one of the top persons actually.
But you forgot to pronounce it. It's Shadan Warner is her name.
What did I say?
You didn't pronounce her name.
Oh, okay.
It's like, people are like, what are you talking about?
All right, so we have a bull troop passing here in front of us. Let me ask a question here. What's the name of the bull troop?
St. Peter's Explorers.
St. Peter's Explorers? All right, guys. The St. Peter's Explorers are passing us here, and we have the chairman of Carnival, Mr. Noah Mills. Busy as usual, but I know he have time to tell us something. Tell us what's going on so far. The parade looks like it started at a decent hour.
It started promptly at 12.
Okay.
Do not do any more interviews, please. These here should have been up there. They come down here, come fly up the school. So we have to start before we done, back up. So just let them go there at the end. Up here, right. Start off, they come down here, come down cooking and what.
Oh, so the troops now, okay. So we were told by the chairman that the adult troops are actually on their way. So we are still awaiting the adult troops to actually come. In the meantime, we are gonna try to see if we could get some interviews with the different folklores that's going on. As we said before, we had the St. Peter's actors. Then, did you get the name of that one?
The St. Peter's Explorers bull troop, and now we have the Mansion Bull of St. Kitts. And as I said, this is a tradition. They've been around for a while, but it looks like they have, as I said, for most of what I'm seeing now, these are all younger guys. I see the original Mansion Bull, he's actually playing the triangle in the band. So looks like he's passing on the traditions of the bull to some of the younger guys, and I said this is very expressive. It looks like, and I know we were talking to the chairman just a while ago. It seemed as if that there was some mix-up with the route. I think they're trying to get the folklore ahead, because all the bigger bands are actually
making
on their way down, and so we'll wait to see what happens. I think they're actually trying to. All right, so as I was saying, the Mansion Bull just went by. We have a group of masqueraders here, and apparently what has happened is that the folklore did not actually start from at the start of the parade route, and so it's caused a congestion.
Kind of delay.
Well, it caused a congestion in the big bands coming down. So, but hey, It's Carnival.
Right.
Stuff like that always happen. I think we're going to have a great grand parade today with all the information that we have concerning who is going to be in the parade. Of course, we have all the Carnival winners who is going to be in the parade. And Ajal, I think you have a list of some of these groups.
Yeah, so just to give you a rundown of everybody who is going to be presented in the Carnival, in the parade today, we have the Grand Carnival Marshal, who is Mr. John Thomas, and then we have all the winners of the different shows, from the National Carnival Pageant Queen to the National Senior Calypso King, the National Carnival Swimwear Pageant Queen, National Mr. GQ King, the Talented Teen winner, the Primary and Teenage Calypso Monarch, the Female Calypso Monarch, the Best of Rest King, the Groovy and Power Monarch, and then hopefully the Caribbean Talented Teen winner. And that show was actually held on Monday at the Marriott Hotel. So hopefully we'll be able to interview some of these winners and be able to get some feedback on their victory and their success and what actually led them to triumph in those different shows. So we actually are continuing with the different folklores. So we still have another full troupe here. So, so we actually have to get out the way because it gets crazy sometimes. So next up, whole section. So next up is the masquerade. Isn't it encouraging for you to actually see the little ones participating in these type of folklore so that we can preserve our culture and tradition?
Well, that is definitely so. But what would be even more interesting is to actually monitor some of these kids and see where they are and what they're doing in a few years from now. Because
what do you mean monitor?
Well, monitor to see whether or not, how often they play.
Okay. Oh.
Because sometimes it's a fact where a lot of them come in. And this happens also in the Junior Calypso and in some of the other areas of the Carnival as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, but I like to see the fact that they're actually exposed, because I think exposure and awareness is important, and that is what gets people started in our folklore and our culture. So hopefully, as you said, as they grow up, they will grow more love and more passion and more dedication to the folklore and continue to teach generations to come.
Well, we have another masquerade troops, and I know that the troops are all split up, and everybody wants to have their own troops, but it would be nice to see one big troop of the masquerades instead of just, you know, you have a troop with just, what, 10, 15 people? I mean, you know, it'd be nice. I think if we see 100, 150, or even 200 of them together, I think it would be so much more colorful as it relates to what we're trying to project here for the culture in St. Kitts and Nevis. But the masquerades are here, and seems as if that right behind them we have the contingent from the Children's Carnival. We had actually it's the junior carnival parade, not the Children's Carnival anymore. So we're going to take a look and see exactly what they look like. They look pretty good in Bastia yesterday, so we're waiting to see what they look like on the Grand Parade Day.
Yeah, so I think the first one from the Junior Carnival Parade is actually the Majorette. So the Majorettes has always been a staple of our carnival, and anybody who has been following our carnival know that the Majorette originated, or started with, I shouldn't say originated, but started with usually from the convent high school, and then it actually spread towards other high schools in the Federation. So I think it's a combination of all of them together, which is giving more and more kids, the experience of being part of the Majorette. And those are the people that usually lead our children, our junior parade, and now our adult parade.
All right, so we're live on ZIZ TV Channel 5 here on Keon Street. We're right outside the old education building, and we have the crowd has built up really nicely. We have 50 million cameras and videographers here capturing the Sugar Mass 48 Grand Parade here on Keon Street. And as I said, you are live on ZIZ Radio. We had two masquerade groups that's just passed us by. We next have the contingent from the children's, or the junior parade, that is. They're going to be joining us any minute now here on center stage. As we see, costumes are still moving back and forth. And I can't wait to see actually the troops as they come down. Of course, you know that I have a favorite. If you check my Facebook page, I actually posted my costume from 2005, the first year that Ultra played in the Carnival, 2015 that is. So they're 5 years now, they're celebrating their 5th anniversary. And of course, you know, they've been Band of the Year. I'm talking with emotion. They've been Band of the Year for the past 2 years. And I'm sure they're going to be challenged this year because Lux has come in, their group, which mostly is based in New York City. And it's good to see that Kittitians all over the diaspora are actually taking part and coming home and taking part in the carnival as well.
Right, I definitely agree. So back to your costume, is it still in good condition or is it still mangled and wrinkled?
As I said on the Facebook post,
I didn't see the Facebook post.
Costume in pristine condition.
Oh, pristine condition, boy. So you ain't do nothing that year, boy. But anyway, as we said,
you know what? I was sick like a dog that year. But I made it through the entire parade route for that very first day.
And that was the first year that Ultra actually debuted in St. Kitts Nevis Carnival, correct?
They're celebrating their 5th anniversary this year. Right. And so they're hoping to go back to back winners. But based on all the costumes that I've seen so far, I mean, they look pretty good. So we're going to probably have a great parade.
Yeah, and just to note, Majesty was actually known as Solid SKB. So they actually rebranded, they changed their name and call themselves Majesty Carnival. So they are going to be a very highly contested, competitive troupe to actually compete with Ultra.
And actually they're paying tribute, of course, to their founder, Paula Heiliger, who passed away last year, just before the carnival. And I'm telling you, I had great experiences with Paula. Actually played mass with her in Leeds Carnival in England. So, fun memories. And I mean, you know, I'm sure Majesty is going to do a great job this year in her honor.
I didn't know Paula personally, but every single time for Carnival, she was always on the street, always engaged, always energetic, always bringing that energy. So as you said before, she's greatly missed, and it's wonderful to know that they're paying such homage and tribute to such a carnival junkie like Paula. So we actually have the majorettes that is actually passing by right now. They're accompanied by a high five. So once again, we just want to let everybody know you're listening to ZIZ Television Live. We're actually here opposite the old Ministry of Education building, giving coverage of parade there. It's actually Sugar Mass 48. So we actually have the Grand Marshal, Mr. John Thomas. All right. We're just waiting for a few minutes to get the cameraman to come and to see this dapper-looking man called Mr. John Thomas, so we could have an interview and give us some feedback on what it feels to be Grand Marshal and how you contributed to Carnival. All right, so we have the one and only, the Grand Marshal of Sugar Mass 48, Mr. John Thomas. So how are you feeling knowing that you were selected as the Grand Marshal for this year?
Wonderful. Joy. I'm enjoying it. I'm glad that I am the Grand Marshal. But I got to put just and feel pleased with Margaret Hobart, Nicole, Nichelle, and Jason, and all my fans who supported me to be the Grand Marshal.
Definitely appreciate you being involved in Sugar Mass 48. Why is it that you think that they selected you to be the Grand Marshal? How have you contributed to Carnival over the years?
51 years I've taken part in the culture of masquerade. I dance for the tourists. Anything that I have involved with the masquerade and they want people to perform, I'm there. 51 years I'm doing this thing. Since I'm small, I'm doing it with Rupert Samuel, Valon Masquerade, Elbow Masquerade, Tower Masquerade, Nevis Masquerade, all the masquerade I take part in. Once they have a troupe, I take part in it.
Right. So you never miss a year. So there you have it. 51 years he has been participating in some form of folklore, culture, and carnival. So this man has contributed to the upliftment and development of our culture.
I want to say one thing.
Okay.
I want to tell Margaret in Georgia, I love her very much. I think she's the one who got me here. But you should speak to them if they're going to wait to give the man his flowers when he done that.
All right.
So,
big up, shout out to Margaret in Georgia.
Bring up Margaret in Georgia.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. We appreciate you. Thank you for being such a wonderful ambassador of our country and our culture.
Thank you very much.
All right, so there you have it. You had the Grand Marshal, Mr. John Thomas. So actually, we're still continuing with the Junior Carnival Parade. So we have the little one, so we're going to turn you over to them so that you can see the design and the costume and the theme that goes behind that.
So we're back live on ZIZ once more. And we have the Children's Carnival. They're passing by. We have one more section to go. And I think the anticipation is very, very high to see all the big bands this year. And the big bands this year includes, of course, Fun Vibes, Ultra Carnival, Lux Carnival, Banker Mass, Fun Teens, Small Axe and Shiggity Shack, and I think that they're doing a t-shirt band. Yeah. Majesty Carnival, and then we have, of course, the St. Kitts Nevis Majorettes that actually just went ahead. So we have one more section from the Children's Carnival and from the Junior Parade. I keep saying Children's Carnival because that has traditionally been the name, but it's the Junior Parade. And now I know that you have some information as it relates to the judging criteria for the bands. Maybe we can go over that so folks who are watching can actually know what they're looking at.
All right, so as Monarch said, we're just going to give you like a rundown of the judging points along the parade route. So we have a total of 5 different points that troops are allowed to perform for the judges, and that is how they'll be able to select the winner. The first one is the F.T. Williams Highway. The second one is off of Fry's Village. The third one is where we are at. It's the old education building on Keon Street, just adjacent to the Greenland pasture. The other one is the Subway restaurant on Keon Street. And the third and last one is the Old Treasury Bay Road. So each troupe is responsible for performing at those pivotal points so that they can be able to amass a significant amount of points so that they can be selected the winner of the smallest troupe, the largest troupe, the Queen of Band, or the King of Band.
What about the judging criteria?
Yeah, I was just about to read that.
Okay, so Agile is going to pull up the judging criteria as well, as we still have the children's, the Junior Parade that's passing us by, and we're getting ready to see all the major players in the Grand Parade. It's Sugar Mass 48.
All right, just to tell you the judging criteria for the entire troupe or band, we have presentation, interpretation of theme, that's a total of 30 points. Creativity, 20 points. Spirit of Carnival. What do you think the Spirit of Carnival means?
Who could walk up the best?
Who could get on bad, right? Okay. All right, Visual Impact, 15 points. Completeness of Mass, 10 points. Craftsmanship, 10 points. For a massive total of 100 points. Judging criteria for the Queen of Bands. So pretty much the same thing. Presentation, 30 points. Creativity, 20 points. Spirit of Carnival, 15 points. Visual Impact, 15 points. Completeness of Mass, 10 points. Craftsmanship, 10 points. And the Queen and the King of Band have the same criteria. So for a total of 100 points. So it's 100 points for each section for the band, the Queen of Band, and the King of Band. The judging criteria for the entire troupe band along the route is presentation, interpretation of theme, 30 points. Creativity, 20 points. Spirit of Carnival, 15 points. Visual Impact, 15 points. Completeness of Mass, 10 points. And the difference with this one is that it is only 90 points compared to 100 points for the others that we just outlined.
And just for the folks who are wondering about Road March and the decisions, these decisions will be done traditionally as they have been in the past on All Year's Day. So expect all the anxiety throughout the morning, tomorrow morning. People are going to be calling, trying to figure out exactly who is the winner, who is the Road March, and who is the Troupe of the Year.
All right, just to give you the Road March contenders that Monarch was talking about, New Vibes, Area Code, Collision Band, Dust in the Wind, and then we had one more, Grandmasters, lift off the stress. So in your opinion, which one did you like? Which one helped you walk up more and get on bad more?
Well, you only gave us a couple of them.
It was only, yeah, because they only gave me like 3.
No, we had Stink and Dirty by Stink and Dirty by Small Axe Band, Barry, Looking for My Wife. All those were included as well too. Area Code by New Vibes.
Right.
And as we talk about it, one of the DJs with the Children's Parade, they're actually coming down and they're playing Area Code 869. It's St. Kitts Nevis, Sugar City, Sugar Mass 48, the Grand Parade right here on Keon Street. And we're about to get flooded with the big bands such as Lux.
All right, but now, you didn't tell me which one was your favorite from all of them that you announced.
Area Code.
Oh, Area Code.
I mean, there's no diplomacy at all.
Right.
All right, so we're gonna zoom away to the Children's Parade and take a look at them. The Junior Parade, that is. This is their final segment as we get ready for. Yes, and it looks like we have some floats as well. So we'll take a listen to some of the music.
All right, so just to outline some awards that will be given after Parade Day and after last lap, we have the award for most punctual troop, award for the largest troop, and award for the first troop to launch. So they're going to give out... All right, so we have like a float that is coming down right now. Big, massive float, big hands, big body. I'm trying to see the name of the actual float that it is. They don't have a banner or anything. So we're trying to get some information to find out more about what this float is depicting and how it is being incorporated into our culture. Or Carnival, sorry. All right, so I actually found somebody who actually know about the float, so she's going to tell us. So what I want you to do is just introduce yourself, tell us what the significance of this float is, and why you decided to actually include it in our carnival.
Okay, so my name is Daniela Batalla. Okay. I am an artist from Colombia, and I came to St. Kitts and I wanted to give a contribution and not just come and take things, but leave something back to, to the youth people and inspire the society.
Right.
So this is a troupe of puppets from paper mache called Kilele puppets.
What does that mean?
Kilele is dance, is zombies,
okay.
Enjoy yourself is something from Colombia
okay.
that we do in Colombia. The idea is that we included young people helping to build the puppets, so they learn and they will do for next year their own puppet, their own project.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for actually giving us an education and being able to be part of the Sugar Mass 48. Oh, absolutely. Come anytime. All right, so there you have it. It's a Colombian artist who is actually fascinated with St. Kitts culture and folklore, and she decided to make a float that depicts dancing, jumping, singing, something of her culture, and she wanted to contribute to our culture. So it's fantastic to know that there are people from all over the world. She's from Colombia, and she wanted to be part of Sugar Mass, to know that, hey, we are having international appeal all over the world.
Well, it looks like all of our winners have abandoned their transportation. The only person I see here is the Calypso King. Right. So I'm about to go talk to the Calypso King right now. And I need my camera so that I can talk to the Calypso. So this is, yes. Here comes His Majesty, King Socrates, bringing back so much life to the Calypso. Bringing back so much life to the Calypso. As usual, he has always been just a little bit taller than me. I think they call me, yes. We're talking to the king, Sacro. How does it feel? 7 years?
In the wilderness, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. The fact is I've been making my contribution. Every once in a while it's good to be back on stage, just in the middle of the younger ones. We did it on Sunday night. Victorious once again for our generation. Sweeney called me and said, Socrates, you gotta go and do it for our generation. Got my instructions, I delivered. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm telling you. I was at the show. Spectacular performance from the king. And I know that you've been working with a lot of the younger Calypsonians, doing a lot of work on the back end. Tell us about some of that.
Well, I've always contributed in terms of writing for Calypsonians. I know I have a studio, so write, arrange, and record them because over the many years, we have lost the giants who were there. The Elimat, the Sweeney, when it's a loss, they've gone on to the thing. The King Fancy. I think I'm the only person, with the exception of Queen Jackie and Kutch, who's still been consistently delivering to make sure we have a product that is second to none. And so when I step back and have the younger ones doing it, the year before we had a very poor turnout for the Calypso finals. That bothered me. So I thought maybe if I re-immerse myself, it would generate some interest. Astro also came back. So I think the two, he from Nevis, who would have brought his entourage. I had quite a back end, so that brought out the crowd. And I have the dilemma now, do I retire again?
What's that word?
Again.
English is a funny language. What is, I don't know that word.
So some are saying, okay, you need to bow out on a high note. I don't really keep a high note, low note. Once we can maintain it, I'm still delivering. I only turned 64 last month. Wow. Just 64.
You look good. You look good. You look just like me for 64.
I understand, except for 2020, I think I may go back in just to generate. I'm told that a certain big gun is coming back. We need to be able to fill the park. That's the whole thing. Bring back excitement because we can't stand by and say, well, Calypso is dying and do nothing about it.
Definitely. All right, King. Well, I'm telling you, I enjoy your presence. No questions. This is the only show that nobody said.
Cheat.
They cheat.
I think I created history by being the oldest person to have won it at that age of 64 and by the widest margin ever, 71 points.
Yes.
Let it beat that.
Interesting. All right, King. All the best for the new year. All right, that's the King Sacro T. King Sacro coming back into the Calypso art form this year, or coming back into the competition, I should say, this year, and winning by the widest margin ever. And as he said, he's the oldest person to ever win the show. I don't know. Maybe when I get to 64, I'll come back as well. Or maybe 65 and try that. All right, so we're live on ZIZ TV. It's Channel 5. We're at the Grand Parade for Sugar Mass 48 here on Kayan Street. And I see beautiful costumes coming down the street. We're going to take a look at them while we get prepared for all of the big-time mass we got here in Sugar City. Sweet Sugar City, St. Kitts Nevis.
All right, so Socrates, did he take some time off of singing Calypso?
Actually, yes, he did.
Okay.
He hasn't won the crown for 7 years.
7 years. Okay.
Now, he competed a couple of times during that 7 years, but he's been out of the competition for, I think, 3 or 4 years. Astro was out of the competition as well. And I think these guys coming back into the competition has, you know, generated a lot of interest. I mean, there was a lot of disappointment based on, you know, folks who were at the show in 2018 because of the fact that there was, I mean, the crowd was so sparse.
Right.
But these guys were able to generate a lot of interest and bring more people into the Calypso finals this year. So impressive. And I mean, you know, Sacro's always been around.
Right.
Even though he wasn't competing, he
was involved in some way.
wrote and produced songs for a lot of the artists, some of the females that were performing, and even some of the males as well too. He's wrote songs I know for Diva, Brown Sugar, even Craig a couple of times. So he's always been involved in it. And I see, looks like we have the some of the winners from the GQ competition. I think I'm seeing St. Clair and he's in his winning costume.
Yeah, we actually have majority of the winners from the show, the national swimwear and the GQ competition. So talking about abandonment, this is why they abandoned their winning seat in the truck, because they want to be right engaged, right involved in the center of Sugar Mass 48. You can't blame them there. Who would want to miss something like this?
Well, looks like they have one time. I want to see what their spirit of Carnival is, because we don't chip here in St. Kitts when it comes to mass, like some of the other islands. We jam and walk up.
We let it out, right? So just coming back previously to Carnival, because I know a lot, not Carnival, Calypso, sorry. I know a lot of people were looking forward to, because I wasn't able to go to the show, so I know a lot of people were looking forward to Queen Independent to actually being able to come back to back, she being the first female winner of the Calypso competition. What was your view in regard to her performance and how she did?
I mean, I thought her performance was good. But you have I think everybody put in a credible performance. And yes, I think there was probably some issues with maybe melody and also
musicality,
the key for her song as well, because I mean, sometimes you really need to make sure that you're singing in the right key. And I know, as I said, I think that the show was it was definitely a good show.
Okay.
And I think everybody put a credible performance, including Queen Independent. I know went to the female Calypso Queen in Montserrat, and I don't think that she placed in the show, because the only result I saw was I think Carrie and Ashe, Trinidad, who actually won the show. So I didn't see all the results. I'm not sure. I saw a post from actually Queen, and thanked the people who worked with her. Didn't indicate whether she made a place in the final 3 or not. So
all right. So just to remind people of the winners of the Calypso show, Socrates was king.
King Davis was first runner-up. King Craig, who was king 2 years ago in 2017, he was 2017, he was second runner-up, and Queen Diva was third runner-up in the competition. The other competitors were Queen Independent, Singing Jackie, and Queen Independent, Singing Jackie, and Queenie G. They were the ones who actually took part in the show as well. It was a 5-to-3 ratio, but this year it looked like the men outdid the women.
All right, so there you have it. So we're actually making way for the swimsuit and the GQ contestants and winners. So hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to interview the winners of those shows and be able to get some feedback from them and how they triumphed in the show. All right, so we actually are here with the National Carnival Queen winner. congratulations on your win. So just tell everybody your name and how you feel about your win and what contributed to your win.
Hi everyone, I am the newly crowned National Carnival Queen, Miss Hade Ballet. I am very, very, very happy that I am the actual winner. I did it for my mom, not for me, so I am very elated. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you.
All right, there you have it, Miss Hade Ballet, who actually won the National Carnival Queen competition. All right, next. All right, the highly anticipated troupe, Ultra. All right. And so Ultra is going to be performing because this is a judging point. So we actually have the king of the band, who is Kajali Hanley. Kajali Hanley, my bad.
Former Miss St. Kitts, 10 years ago, Ian Tabby and clearly Miss Tavi.
Miss Tavi. And still looking good, still looking good.
Fabulous, fabulous. All right, so we are king and queen. King and queen of the band. Kajali Hanley and
Ian Tabby and Queely.
wonderful, I'm telling you.
All right, and the king of the band, he's wearing wings, red wings, and she's wearing what, yellow?
Yes.
Yellow with gold. Beautiful, beautiful. And this is called Ultra, and Ultra theme is Showtime. So it's actually a movie theme. So everybody is a movie star in a movie that they're actually acting out.
Correct, here we go. Let's make a movie.
This is the Ultra Cinema that we're actually looking at. As they said, Ultra Cinema presents Showtime, Let's Make a Movie. So we have a bunch of dancers that are doing aerial dancing, demonstrating their skills, their technique. Just a beautiful presentation for the judges. Ultra, as you said, really goes all out to make sure that they impress beyond measure.
And they're not making any joke as it relates to defending their title this year and stand up here. I'm telling you, looking really good so far, but this is only the first big band that we're seeing, so let's wait and see what happens with all the other bands.
I think they have like 3 or 4 different sections in the Showtime Ultra troupe. So we shall see. So the next one coming up is the Gatsby section.
So I think they're actually waiting for the king and queen to
Because it's performing for the judges.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now we have the section which is the Ultra Cinema, and then next we have the Gatsby section. I'm telling you, I just love the presentation from. You can see the professionalism.
And the planning and preparation that goes into it. In my opinion, Ultra has raised the bar for Carnival in St. Kitts and Nevis and what the standard needs to be.
Definitely, and I think they've actually made some of the other mass bands as well. I mean, stepped up their game. You know, but as I said, it's really impressive. I just love to see. I mean, look at the people who are actually working with them as well on the sideline. Everybody is identified by their ultra shirt, and of course, it's one of our famous mass players here, Scotty Hanley. He doesn't have any pains on there. No pains today. So here comes. I know they're getting ready for the judging point. So Scotty's rallying the troops. I'm telling you, they're looking fantastic.
I love the white. I love the white. I love the gold. Yes.
All right. All right. So all they're coming down and they're stepping up. They're stepping up. Of Carnival here in the St. Kitts. Sugar Mass, baby. And Ultra.
Ultra Nation is really doing it up. Wow. You realize Ultra, their coordinators, who is right, making sure that they direct them. Keep focused, keep focused.
Well,
All right, so we have another section for Ultra, which is called Frozen, based on the Frozen, the Disney animated movie that just released several years ago, and the one recently, Frozen 2.
Okay, so are the costumes representative of the movie itself?
Some of them are, just they have the design. So if you have ever watched the movie.
I haven't.
Oh, yeah. So it gives a depiction of like, with the feathers and the paint, all that is included in the movie. So they took inspiration from the Frozen movie to actually implement into the costume design. And it's looking fantastic.
Oh, yeah, so we went from white
to pink. Yeah.
All right.
Multicolored pink.
Frozen in pink, even though it's almost 100 degrees. But it's Carnival. What else do you expect?
And you're live on ZZ Television, watching Sugar Mass 48, the best carnival in the world. St. Kitts and Nevis.
And we're listening to one of the roadback contenders, Stink conducted by Smaller.
Wait. We're going to see some stink. We already seen some stink and dirty. What are you talking about? Look at all these Ultra people. All right, so we have yet another section for Ultra called Avatar. Don't tell me you haven't seen this movie. This was probably one of the best movies of the decade.
I'm not a movie person.
Wow. Avatar is exceptional. But anyway, Avatar, it focuses on, it's like an underwater world. And so the costume are depicting what underworld looks like. So the colors are orange and royal blue, and then it has glittery design on their costume. Beautiful.
You see the reason why I like Ultra, right?
Yes, clearly. The creativity is to the rope.
And professionalism as
well. Yeah.
That's of course for the folks who don't know. This troupe is a creation of Natasha Barron, who, as we know, is the wife of Chris Gale, the world boss, cricketer. who's played with Ultra quite a few times, and also Ozel Martin, who is one of our, well, what could I say, former pageant.
All right, just give me 1 minute. I want to call out one of my classmates who does go and stink. Her name is Sheridan Maynard. So what I want you to do, Sheridan, is just shout out to the people and tell them how you're enjoying Sugar Mass 48.
It's amazing. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year to you, love. All right, that was one of the regular players of Ultra, a former classmate, Sheridan Maynard. As I said before, we are making our way with the adult parade. We are actually here in front of Ultra Nation, and the section that we are looking at is Avatar.
Before I go, I just want to say hello to one of tonight's biggest fans, Mr. God Warner, man. I'm telling you, every Saturday afternoon I hear your name on the radio.
Yes, with Rascal, Ronnie Rascal, the #1 DJ out of St. Kitts.
All right, and you visited Carnival. What's your impression so far?
Oh, it's beautiful, man. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. I'm enjoying myself, for sure that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right, and you have a happy New Year, Monarch.
Same to you. All right, I'm about to walk over here and I want to talk to someone from Houston. Hold on. All right, so Houston in the Mass with Ultra. Tell them who you are, sir.
I am Kenny Weeks, enjoying myself, proudly.
So far?
Of course.
Repeat?
Of course.
All right, so from Nevis, you are?
Good evening, good day. I'm going from Nevis, from the best village in Nevis, Brown Hill. I'm having the most wonderful time for Sugar Mass 48. It's the best.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Houston, New York is in the house as well. We have Francis here with us. Avril is one of our TV personalities in New York. St. Kitts. How are you enjoying the carnival?
I'm enjoying it great. They say you got to be stinking dirty, but one thing I can tell you, area code. We got to keep our area code. So I don't want to be biased, but that's
869?
869.
All the way.
All the way.
She's a patriotic woman, all the way. Area code. All right, you want to give any shout out to anybody?
Here in St. Kitts or
wherever in the world.
Wherever they are, in New York and wherever, and they're not here, they stink and dirty.
Stink and dirty.
Stink and
That's
dirty.
the theme. Stink and dirty.
Stink and
We're going to
dirty.
keep it.
We're going to keep it like that.
All right, Abel, thank you very much. All right. So we have folks from everywhere you can talk about.
All right, so this is another section of Ultra.
What's the section?
This one is the Kings and Queens of Dance Hall. So this is probably my favorite section just because it's patriotic, just because it has the national colors of St. Kitts and Nevis. And the costumes are phenomenal.
And you can see the colors.
And the feathers and the two-piece, red, green, yellow, just all the colors of the St. Kitts national flag. And so Ultra, I think, has approximately, it's probably less or more, about 700 revelers. Probably one of the biggest troops on the street. And they're coming with fire. All right, Mona, what do you think of this section?
Well, it looks like the biggest section so far.
Oh.
And there shouldn't be any questions as to why. This, of course, is the patriotic segment representing the St. Kitts movie, I guess. St. Kitts Nevis movie.
Well, St. Kitts Nevis flag. So it's inspired from that.
All right, so we have people from everywhere. Just so my buddy data from Atlanta. Man, I'm telling you, everybody
coming
in the diaspora is represented.
Right. Nobody could be Sugar Mass by. And
maybe I shouldn't say nobody could miss Sugar. Nobody could miss Ultra. Because a lot of people, that's the reason why they actually come to Sugar Mass 48.
And it's still more ultra. Yeah, this is definitely the looks like the largest segment here. All right, so the former chairperson of Carnival.
She asked you if you have ever seen a band like this. She's a big supporter of Ultra, clearly.
Definitely, definitely. And having a good time, man, I'm telling you. And we have more music coming down from Ultra. This is the second musical band. I know they have DJ Tero with them. They advertised some artists that was going to be performing as well, including Motto from St. Lucia.
Oh, okay.
So even the Caribbean islands and the Caribbean soca artists, they're coming to St. Kitts to support Sugar Mass 48. And don't forget, in 2 years, Sugar Mass 50 will be on the horizon. So can you imagine what the parade is going to look like?
Oh my gosh, it's going to be crazy.
Not just
I can't
Ultra,
imagine. Crazy.
but the entire parade.
Crazy. I mean, we already have approximately 7 different troops, and this is the first adult one that we are actually seeing. So just imagine the others that are coming. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the growth and development of St. Kitts Carnival. All right. We have Shannon here.
Revelers.
We have Shannon here.
All right, here we have our buddy as well, who's been to every carnival in the world. Say hello. Say hello to your friend.
Hey, I just want to say shout out to all my musicians, massive, back home here. I come all the way back here to play mass. Hope you're enjoying it. Thank you.
All right, Shannon, you're a big supporter of Ultra. I mean, huge. Clearly, you're a staple. Why is it that you think Ultra is probably one of the best troops in the Federation?
You are witnessing history in the making.
Okay.
You are witnessing the largest band ever to come on the road in St. Kitts with over 1,000 revelers.
1,000 revelers. I said 700. So my bad.
Over 1,000 revelers for this year's 5th anniversary of Ultra Carnival, and it shows how the St. Kitts Carnival has evolved. Because there are more bands on the scene and more people playing.
Yes.
And I'm so proud of myself.
Yes. And there you have it.
I'm so pleased, proud.
Right, yes. Thank you, Shannon. Always great to talk to Shannon Haley.
Yes. And we have more Ultra.
All right.
Lion King.
All right, so we have the Lion King.
I have seen this movie.
All right, so what do you think of your costume? Does it depict what the Lion King is all about?
I'll have to remember. I'll have to go back in my memory.
All right. Let me just give you a reminder. It's based in Africa.
Yes.
So just look at the costume and see. Exactly.
All right.
I don't know about you, Monarch, but I think this is the biggest section. Because you said the Avatar was the biggest section. You said Avatar was. I think this is. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think?
There's over 1,000 revelers.
Right.
Based on what Shannon
Right,
said.
right, right.
So any section could be the biggest section.
There you have it, Ultra Nation turn 5. So we just want to shout out to the organizers of Ultra and wishing them a 5-year anniversary and having Ultra on the road for Sugar Mass 48. We appreciate them. I mean, look at the immaculate details in the costume. I think sometimes we overlook that.
And look at what I'm looking at as well. I've been involved in Carnival since forever. And I've never seen this many men playing mass. I mean, this is a whole section of men playing mass here in the Lion King segment. So very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
And that's a good point to point out. We are getting more involvement, as Shannon was saying, more people involved in Sugar Mass 48.
And we got one of the popular songs playing from New Vibes as well. Rhythm Owner. It says sit down on the rhythm like you own it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're live on ZIZ TV, and we're with the first big band, still with Ultra. They're at the first judging point here on Keon Street in Bastille St. Kitts. It's the grand parade for Sugar Mass 48. I'm here along with my partner, Ajal, and we're just reveling in the excellence that is Ultra.
Right, exactly. As Monarch said, we're going on sync. We're misbehaving. We're with Ultra. And how you think they did on their performance?
Well, I think they did excellent.
Well,
so
then
far.
again, you're kind of biased. So you're going to say anything, right?
All right. Well, I'll wait to see what the other bands look like. I'm going to make sure that I'm very
impartial.
Is that a word?
Unbiased.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not biased at all.
Okay.
I just love mass. I love to see what's happening on the road in St. Kitts Nevis for Sugar Mass 48. This is impressive to me, and I love it.
But on a serious note, though, Ultra has definitely raised the standard of quality and professionalism for participation, for street parade, for just to participate in Carnival. And I think because of that, as Monarch said before, other troops have to follow and raise their bar in order to compete with Ultra. Ultra massive. All right, so Monarch, we're still here at Ultra. So Ultra is all about an experience. So you can see right behind us, they actually have a mobile bar. So you can actually go up there and get complimentary drink. So it's not just playing in the troupe, it's a whole entire experience that they're giving you.
And see, they have also...
Oh, they have water and snacks and chips. So pretty much anything that you want, you can pretty much get.
Definitely. It's an all-round experience.
Yeah.
And I know we've talked a lot about Ultra, but Ultra is the one that went ahead of us. So we're now waiting in anticipation of definitely seeing some of the others. I'm telling you, everybody's with Ultra. I see my cousin, Melvin Basu, who is a permanent secretary in one of the ministries. He's playing. Sugar Bowl is playing, one of our top DJs in St. Kitts. I'm telling you, Ultra is ultra-rific today. And
they're bringing the crowd, Ultra.
Definitely.
So one of the criteria that they said is that you have to have a maximum of 8 vehicles. And so you can't exceed that, obviously, with each individual troupe. Ultra, I think, has the mobile bar, then they have a rest bus, and then they have a mobile bathroom that the people could use. And
now, excuse me.
Right.
How do the folks with these big feathers get into the bathroom?
They take them off. You should ask them.
Just a question.
Point taken, point taken.
But I see they serving top shelf liquor here. So looks like it's gonna be a lot of mass on the road.
And you notice with Ultra they have their own memorabilia. So they actually have cups and mugs, shirts, just everything Ultra.
Definitely. All right. Well, sound like Sweet Sister Sensei is also joining Ultra. Sugar Bowl, I see dancing, having a good time, I'm telling you. Ultra has brought a new standard. Ultra has brought a new standard to Sugar Mass, and we're definitely await to see what the other bands are going to look like, because I think that they're going to be fantastic as well. Lux has made an entry, or made their debut this year, and I think they too definitely would be worth watching. So as I was saying, Sister Sensei has now joined the Ultra DJs as well.
Okay. So you notice Ultra goes with the best of the best, eh?
Of course. DJ Terror is with them as well. So, yes. The best of the best of the best of the best.
All right, so we still have a while, but I can see from here that the next band coming is Majesty. So they were once known as Solid SKB, and then they rebranded, they changed their name, and giving a lot more contribution, a lot more homage to one of their major revelers who always reveled on the street, Paula Heiliger. So we are waiting Majesty after Ultra with all these different vehicles that they have.
I know it's like a motorcade
right, with Ultra. I mean, literally, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 different vehicles.
All right, so we're live on ZIZ TV, Channel 5, and we're wishing everyone a Happy New Year. It's the New Year's tradition here in Sweet Sugar City, where we have our grand parade, and it's the grand parade for Sugar Mass 48. We just saw Ultra went by, the first of the major bands. Solid is coming up. As soon as all these Ultra vehicles get out the way, there's a bar, there's a bus if you get tired, I guess. There's
a rest bus, yeah. As
re-
you were saying before. It's called a rest bus.
And there's toilets. I don't know how these big costumes gonna get in the toilet, but I won't worry about it. I'll let them figure it out since I'm not playing mass this year.
And then they have a mobile bar right in front of us. So if you're just tuning in, you're with ZIZ Television live here for Sugar Mass, St. Kitts and Nevis Carnival. So we actually saw Folklore. We saw masquerades,
the junior parade,
and now we're with the adult parade. And the first adult parade is Ultra. So we are awaiting the other 6 other troops that will be followed from Ultra. And from the distance that we're at, we could actually see the next one coming up is Majesty. And we're actually at one of the 5 different judging points where troops are mandated to actually perform for the judges to actually be able to win various different awards.
And I definitely think that we're in for a spectacle today. I can't wait to see the other troops. I think Ultra has set the standard. Now we'll have to see what the other troops have to follow. And I think that they're going to be excellent as well. But once again, you're live on ZIZ Channel 5 at the Grand Parade for Sugar Mass 48. My name is Monarch, and I'm here with Agile Williams out of Dallas.
Yes, Agile Williams. Reside in Dallas, but originally from St. Kitts and
Just check it.
I'm a village man.
Just check it.
I'm a village man.
Which part in the village you're from?
Just correction, from St. Johnson Village, constituency number 3. Bigging up, shout out to Mr. Connery's Maynard.
All right, there we go.
Alright, so Majesty is slowly but surely making their way down to the judging point after all of this.
Wow. So somebody's a winner there. Somebody's sitting on the throne. And looking good as well. Well, we're waiting for Majesty to approach, and they're going to be approaching. I think this is the second judging point, if I'm not mistaken. Well, I thought one of the things that I'm noticing from the banners, I know GFX, they had their own mass bands for the past couple of years, and it looks like they're actually doing some work with Majesty this year. Probably because I know Corinne was one who did the VFX, and so we're definitely looking. Yeah, as I said, I think I heard something about that as well, and they were going to be a collaboration, hence maybe the change of name as well.
That makes sense. All right, as Monarch was saying, they have finally arrived to the judging point, so I think this is actually where they're going to actually have to perform for the judges.
And we have
just to remind you, it's Majesty Carnival. We are actually here on ZIZ Live Television.
And we have the king and queen of the band in front, and of course they're going to be doing their thing for the judges as well. All right. So they're taking off to the front now.
All right.
To do their performance.
All right.
Here they go.
Yeah. I love the attire. Beautiful. Beautiful. Kajili and Ian Tabian, watch out. Watch out. Watch out. All right, as the king and queen do their performance, we have the first section called Ashanti. All right, just to give you an idea of what these revelers are wearing, some are wearing feathers, some are not. It's multicolored one piece. So you have red, blue, green, yellow, and it's a calypso of colors. And then they have yellow piece that is attached to the one piece.
Yes, the Ashanti colors. The African
the Majesty seems to be going international. They're going from Africa to Asia. Pronounce the second name of that section. I test your intellectual skills. Let's go. Back on the wood. Back on the wood. Back on the wood. Anything you do. We got yes. Let's go. Jack to the left. Jack to the right. Alright. I'll give you a big one for that. Left, right. So we have Nikita here. Yes, Nikita. So I know that Majesty just recently rebranded. Is there a reason why you guys decided to
so we just decided to continue with her legend, and that's why we came up with the name Majesty, because as everyone knows, and Nevis and within the region, that Paula Haile was known as Queen of the Band. She was always known for her elaborate big costumes and wearing her high heels. So why, and we have multiple crowns of winning us Queen of the Band. So why not honor her as her daughter and her son, to continue her legend and rebranding her honor as Majesty Carnival.
Ah, got you. Thank you for that background. So what inspired your theme? Because I see you have a shanty, and then you have like what inspired the theme for the theme?
Influences that we have been saying it. We had a royalty section, but unfortunately we had to cancel that section last minute. Okay. But we tried to cater to all the influences
Alright, that's good. So do you want to say any shout out to people who actually contribute to the organization?
Yes, I would like to shout out to my sister Crystal, who is now taken on the role as Queen of the Band. My brother Omar Bellas, who is in charge of sound. But then also our sponsors and also the two private section owners. Three contact us about us, that would have been the royalty section. Okay. But I have to pick up CFX, but most importantly, I have to pick up Flatline. Okay. Flatline Entertainment, Tab and Shalima Williams, they have helped us so much that I can't even express it enough.
Right. Well, I'm sure they're going to appreciate you shouting out to them.
Well, clearly they're enjoying themselves.
Absolutely. All right, so one more question to you, because Mona was having a difficult time pronouncing the name of Alright, so this one is the Spanish section. It's called Queen Rina.
Queen Rina.
Yes. Majesty Queen Rina. Yes. Alright, so you actually heard about the history. We were talking to Nikita, who is the late Paula Heilig's daughter, and why she decided to actually rename or rebrand. And she said she wanted to show homage and tribute to her mother, because her mother was always the queen of the band. So what's the best name? She has always been known as Majesty, so why not rename it Majesty? Which makes a lot of sense. Alright.
Here we have a media personality out of Grenada. He worked here in seconds before. Tell them who you are. And you're playing bass with Majesty. How has it been so far? Exactly. And you're bringing some spice from Grenada. Alright, there you go. We have mass players from everywhere you can think about. Mr. Grenada is in the house.
All right, so we have the Grenada influence. All right, it's from all over. So we have the African influence, the Asian influence, the Spanish influence. All right, and that is, we're here with Majesty.
Which segment is this now?
It's just called Indra. I'm trying Intra.
Okay.
Yes, I'm trying to see where that influence came from, but we have to ask somebody about it. Wow, I do love the royal blue colors and the beautiful headpiece though, the purple headpieces.
Yes, I mean, Majesty of course is a smaller troupe than Ultra, but I think that they did an excellent job as well. Excellent showpiece here for the Grand Parade. Everybody's looking good. Costumes are definitely looking good. I think Ultra has size over them, of course, but definitely look like they're having a grand time as well.
But the energy, the creativity is up to par with Ultra, definitely.
Absolutely.
And just similar to Ultra, they have complementary alcoholic and non-alcoholic drinks.
And it's a standard that you're seeing.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming with any little paper written stuff. Everything is well printed, everything is well presented, and that's what I like about all the troupes, including Majesty. I mean, if you don't know that this is Majesty, then something's wrong with you. I mean, they have their name plastered everywhere.
Right.
And Ronnie Rascal's system is what they're using, so this is a very big and powerful system that they have for their music. All right.
And although Majesty, just to note, although Majesty has around 300 to 400 revelers, I think they could still give Ultra a run for their money, just because, as we said, some of the criteria is presentation, creativity, originality, performance, energy, and Majesty is definitely bringing all those elements to make sure that they are a big contender to become Carnival Troupe of the Year.
Oh, definitely. They did an excellent job. Definitely an excellent job as well from Majesty, and we're looking at. Not sure who's coming down.
Right, we're trying to see who is coming down the street. It's called the Evolution. It's Lux from out of New York City, right?
Yes, definitely.
So you know more history about Lux than I do.
I mean, I know some of the players who are participating, and I mean, I guess they decided that they wanted to come down to take part in the carnival as well.
So let me ask you, do they have Lux in New York City Caribbean Carnival?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
I think this was an original presentation that they're doing specifically for the St. Kitts Carnival this year.
Okay.
Or St. Kitts Nevis Carnival, I should say.
So this is their first debut?
Correct.
Okay.
This is their debut, and we're going to just shift our position here so that we get a better view for you folks who are watching ZIZ Live. It's ZIZ TV Channel 5. We're live with the Grand Parade on New Year's Day, and we want to wish everyone, of course, a Happy New Year. All the best for 2020.
Yeah, and
a pivotal year.
Yes, 2020, a different decade. So if you have plans, you know what I've learned about 2020 and just planning for a new year. I was actually able to go to the funeral of my good friend's mom, Clyde Southwell, yesterday.
Yes.
And it's always a reminder of how limited our life is. And it's important that you live your life now. So if you have health goals, if you have financial goals, if you want to travel, don't care what people say, don't care how they talk about you, because people will always talk. Just do what you got to do and live your best life. That's it. So I just want to wish everybody a happy new year, a prosperous new year, a productive and safe new year, and that all your heart desires come true for 2020. And as we said, we're here at Sugar Mass 48, St. Kitts and Nevis National Carnival.
It's a grand parade, and I'm telling you, we got Lux. They're making their debut to Sugar Mass, and they're bringing the energy out of New York City.
Energy.
All right, we're here live on ZIZ. We're gonna wait until Lux gets closer to us to show you some more of the action.
So we are here watching Lux Carnival with an evolution. And so we are going to actually interview, if we get a chance, Marshal, the social media influencer. So what I want you to do is give a shout out to all your followers and anybody else who contributed to the success of the Vietnam.
Well, you know what? All I gotta say to everybody is just thank you for all the support me. I know sometimes that's getting more to rise on social media, but it's the truth. And I'm always looking at my truth.
And that's how you have to live.
That's how I got to
no problem.
Forward truck now, forward a little bit truck now, forward. Forward truck now. Get down, pretty boy, pretty boy. Go down, pretty boy, pretty boy. Get down, pretty boy. Go down, pretty boy, pretty boy. Get down, pretty boy, pretty boy. Go down, pretty boy.
and we're hoping to take St. Kitts and Nevis Carnival to the next level. Toya and I are very overwhelmed today to see our costumes on the road today. When I tell you that I was literally in tears because I didn't leave the mask camp until most of the masqueraders were out of there, trying to make sure that everything was okay. Latoya went to a tailor last night and stayed till 2 o'clock to ensure that our revelers got whatever they needed fixed.
And you guys are based in New York.
Latoya and I live in New York. We're originally born and raised in St. Kitts. I've been in New York over 30-something years. I've played mass in different islands and different parts of the states, and so has Latoya. We love playing mass, and it's our passion, so that is why we decided to bring it to St. Kitts. One of my mantras to my friends from overseas is St. Kitts and Nevis has a unique carnival, with the last carnival of the year and the first in the year.
Yeah, there you go.
So I am inviting everyone from around the world to come and spend New Year's on the road with St. Kitts and Nevis Sugar Mass.
All right, very impressive so far, Carol. Thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, there you have it. That's Carol Warner from Lux, based in New York and St. Kitts, and they're definitely looking good. We're live on ZIZ Channel 5, Sugar Mass 48, Grand Parade on Keon Street.
Lux Revelers! Lux Revelers, if you're not tired!
All right, Lux bringing the energy. Lux Carnival for Sugar Mass 48. All right, they're teaching us some history about our history. It's Sugar Mass 48, St. Kitts and Nevis Carnival, and we also spoke to Kyle Marshall, who is a social media influencer in Las Vegas. Correct. Yeah. And as all over the world, right? And as Kyle said, people, you have to live your truth. You have to live your truth. That's it.
You from east, you from west, Lordy vibes, big up on the chest, from the west, from the best, greatness just a manifest. Engineer, you gotta fix my number 2. Stop there, silent, them a style, so I said, you get it in, get it
from New York. The energy God, tell them who you are. Yeah, it's real to believe the adrenaline God. Thank you, Tayame. I will say one thing we don't say. We come to match up the people's job. That's what we don't play. We come to match up the people's job. You know what it is. Come on now. We enjoying ourselves. We come to Lux. Everybody will come here. We come to the DJ. We come everybody enjoying the carnival. We I mean again next day. You know the things that I will say. Right. All right, there you have it. Soca Place of BMWA out of New York City in St. Kitts with us for Sugar Mass. Roots of the road.
Looking good in the front. Let me check the back. Let me check the back. We up there, we up there.
I have locks and they are actually performing. So they are going on the side of the band and they're running around the band.
One section looking good.
Look at all this confetti, man. Wow! Locks coming on.
I'm telling you, Grand Parade, epicness, if they're the ones, such as epicness.
Lux ain't playing, boy. Lux ain't playing. Lux ain't playing.
This is the Creole section.
Okay.
It's the colors and the walking up.
Yeah.
That's how we roll. Wow.
Alright, Lux really coming out with the energy, boy. I'm loving this one now. What? I have to give Lux a wow. You gotta give Lux a wow.
Love universe, massive. I'd like to jump.
So the Creole section has just gone ahead of us.
They really want to participate in the Carnival too. I love that.
And what's happened is that a lot of the folks who come from overseas, especially in the New York area, and those Carol and those guys, they are playing Majesty as opposed to spectators. But that's one of the good things about Lux coming in and making their debut for Sugar Mass 48.
So they actually brought the whole entire crew.
please, get out of it. Catch out of it, turn your point now. Allow Yep. Catch out of it. Let's go. Come on, my people say far away. Wanna see them far away. I want to them. Please line up. I just give a 2 minutes break here. Judging point now, Zed is here. Let's go.
Hold on, come on, hold on.
Everybody in this world has a special place. And everybody in this world has a place for home. Whether you're down in a foreign in the home, whether you're in your home, check me if you're home, check me if you're home, check me if you're home. You look me up to where I is, you look me where I is, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. Oh, yeah, look me as you go, I'm looking from who you are. Girl, it's a second, so you just like a star. Listen up, you're looking at me, oh,
the back, don't move. Stay in the back. Kill a man, go forward. Driver, go forward. Driver, go forward. Let's give them a good time. The clowns are stay in the back. Don't find a stone to them. Don't find a stone. Driver, go forward. Go forward. Forward. Clowns, stay in the back. Don't fall in shot. Stay where you be. Stay where you be. Driver, stay where you know. 3 lines. Let's get 3 lines in the back. Let's get 3 lines in the back. 3 lines in the back. If you can't dance the clown thing, go in the back. Let's get the clown music and then the real big man that is our Folklore Carnival.
Find your section. Turn up them mic now, please. Find your section. Yeah. Well, one this year done. Ready go! Hello! the dance. What is one boy for me to say? Be satisfied when the girl them tell me they like. And be satisfied when they let go of man and wife. One boy to say, you can't change it. If the men let me so, you can't change it. If the men let me so, you can't change it. As a man of the shop, you can't change it. I want to make my lips lit up. Let me turn it up. See you lit up. Let me turn it up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Let me turn it up. See you lit up. Let me turn it up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up. Sit up.
saw me machine up the road again. That's how we turn it up a notch. The man a big fan, so we ready for the clash. I saw me a big fan. So tell them all about it. We are the road man. Say happy on the air, say happy on the air. Watch how we ready to go down the start. Happy on the air, say happy on the air. Wake up, wake up. Ready to go down the start. Happy on the air.
Let me